Hello and welcome to the Quiver channel. I am modding my version of Skyrim and I'm going to let you watch me do it, and I'll be talking about what mods I'll be adding. At the moment I've got a pretty basic set of mods in. I've tweaked the init files for Skyrim and done all the simple quality of life things that you do with SkyrimVR. This is SkyrimVR we're going to mess with. I'm going to be adding some mods. I'm going to be logging into the game to test the mods. And generally this is what I'm going to be doing over the next 20, 30, 40 minutes. Some of the mods might take quite a lot to install, and if the stream quality goes down, it will be because I am downloading the mod. Won't it be, Beryl? No. Go on, go down. I'll go through the basics of what I've already installed. Most of these are just what you call background tools. J-containers. Where's the other ones? SkyrimVR tools, FPS stabilizer. These are just things that either allow other mods to work or help the system to work more smoothly. Like FPS stabilizer is self-evident of what it was doing. Sky UI is an amazing mod that makes the inventory system so much less clunky. And it really is needed. Unofficial patch fixes lots of bugs in the game, things like that. The only game actual mods I've put in at the moment are Dragon Speaks Naturally, which allows me to use the mic on my headset to answer questions and talk to the people in the game. Makes it much more immersive if instead of clicking on a option in the dialogue, I can actually just speak it. It works very well. Realistic mining for VR, meaning if I want to mine something, I will actually have to perform the act of using the pickaxe and doing it, not just press a button. A lot of these mods are going to be to take away from the menus. One of the worst things in VR is to have menus. It takes you out of the immersion. If I have to click 3 buttons to get into my menu, into my inventory, and then select something using a cursor, it's not conducive for playing a game as an actual real VR game. That's why I've got Brick. VRIK, amazing. It creates a body for you in the game, so you've got a body. You haven't automatically got a body in Skyrim VR. Location damage. If you shoot someone in the head, they take more damage. Things like that. Spell Siphon is absolutely amazing. I'll show you once I get in the actual game. It's one of the best spell systems and just kind of awesome. Haptic Skyrim means that when I use a bow, when I cast spells, my controllers over here, my index controllers will vibrate as I do the items as part of the actual whatever. The only actual one I put in that is the start of making the game look nice is called Noble Skyrim. It's a 2.4 gigabyte set of textures that overwrite a huge amount of the game and bring the textures into the modern day. Be Seated allows you to actually, in VR, if I sit down in VR, as in if I sat here, or as weird as it sounds, and some people do this, I could lay down in real life and go sleep, my character would lay down and go to sleep. Things like that. It all creates an immersion level that's more than you would normally see in one of these games. What I'm going to add now is a house. There's lots of houses in Skyrim that are built into the game, and the DLC that I've got in the game that came with it allows you to actually build a house, but you need lots of resources, and it's something for later in the game to go off into the wilderness, set areas in the game, and you can actually build a house. But for now, I'm just going to go to my files and pick up Ellie's Breeze Home Overhaul. It's a really nice house in the first main city that you do your stuff in Whiterun. And I'm someone who likes to collect items, a lot of items. I don't just wander around collecting useful items, I collect everything. When I first played this game in 2011, I collected every single piece of trash, piece of equipment from every dungeon, and stored them all at my house. Why? Don't ask me, I just did. So, Breeze Home Overhaul. That's going to be installed now. I'm going to move Bertie and put that there. Let's just move as I try to grab this over here. There. It's just on the other side there. There. So I installed the mod from a file because I had downloaded it earlier. And now I've got to enable it, and it'll tell me if there's any conflicts with anything in there. If there's conflicts, then you have to tell the code whether or not you want, which part of it you want to load first. Because something might replace the face on something else. So you decide which comes higher priority. The other major change is called Realm of Lorcan Custom Start. The start for Skyrim is interesting, but when you've played the game over 200 times, and yes, I have played the game over 200 times in the original version, the extended version, and then the VR version, I don't want to go through that again. So Realm of Lorcan is like an alternative start. Instead of when you start the game, you don't go into the normal, you're a prisoner on a wagon being taken to have your head chopped off, and you escape and you see a dragon and all. That's the normal sort of. Now with this one, you appear in another different realm, and you can pick up items. You can choose a class for your character, like you can be a mage. You can choose lots of options. You can loot lots of things in the Realm of Lorcan. And then you choose where you appear in the main game. I've always liked it. So whenever you see me testing in the next hour or whatever, I will be appearing via Realm of Lorcan. It's just easier because the problem is the startup tutorial of Skyrim is very heavily scripted, and when you add a lot of mods, that script can become broken or slow down or lag, and things can happen that are weird. So it's better to not go through the main one unless you really want to. So we've added that one, and I am going to add another couple of files that I always try to add to my game. Actually, no, I need to add some others before I can. Right. We are going to now make the characters in the game look less ugly. Now, the guide I'm using, there's lots of guides out here, is the basic, what's called, on the Skyrim, on Reddit, there's a Skyrim VR section, and they've got all of the things you would need to add. and it's called the lightweight lazy list. It's a simple list, a base list of all the mods that work really well. Not all the mods, but it's a good base. And you just use it as a foundation. So it also tells you a lot of the changing the actual code. There's a thing about the engine that this game came with. Even though Skyrim, the SkyrimVR version of the engine was an upgraded version, the original engine is from 2011, and in fact, it's based on an engine from much older before. But the only really powerful thing about this engine is you can change a huge amount of it. And so an engine from 2011 can be like a 2020 engine. And then you make changes to the code settings that are quality of life. Like you make it so that when you have your headset on, when you use bows, the default distance is 30. No baby, don't do that. Stop it. Don't want you scratching that. Doing it. The default range for cocking an arrow, notching an arrow on a bow is 30. Now when you pull back and do that, 9 times out of 10 you will hit your HMD, you will hit your VR headset almost. You will be coming right up against it. So one of the things you do, you change it from 30 to 20. So you reach the maximum limit of the bow before you hit yourself in the face. You'd think that would have been something that they would have done themselves, Bethesda, but no, it's something you have to do. When you first use the bow, you will find out it's at a weird angle, so you have to alter the rotation of the bow. No, Bertie, stop that. No. You've had lots of love. You have had a huge amount of love, and you know it. And it's little things like that, just to make the game better for you to play. So I'm going to install Mysterious Dawns HD Skyrim Overhaul, which it overhauls the landscapes and works very well with VR. So we grab it from the Nexus file. How big is it? I don't know how big it is. This is going to be the test to see whether it affects the stream. It is 2 gigs in size, so highest quality pack. Download manager, click on it and just let it install. It will start to install. Well, it'll start to download. And I don't think it's going to affect the stream, so we're okay. Yeah, yes, Bertie, I do love you, but come on. You've had lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of love. Haven't you? You've had lots of love. You've had lots of love. And people wonder why I get distracted. People wonder why my Skyrim game messes up so much, because I spend so much of the time not focusing on what I'm doing. Many times you will see me while I'm doing this, trying to install the same mod twice because I've forgotten that I've just installed that mod. So it can be a bit of an issue. And it doesn't help when a certain little doggy, no, stop scratching. He's got quite sharp claws, and there, finally, he's got the message. I love my dogs. Right, so it's about 20% download. The thing with Skyrim is this. Whether it's Skyrim on the PC, you can alter the game to be whatever kind of game you want to be. You can turn it into a horror game. You can turn it into a full-on survival game. You can say, This playthrough I want to live in a big castle. You can find someone will have created a really nice, beautiful Gothic castle, or a castle from fairyland, or a robotic steampunk castle. And you download it into your game, and you can live in that house. You think, hey, this time I'm going to do a character that's into adventuring like Lara Croft. Download all the outfits for the game. Go for it. Why not? You choose your game. There's certain mods that I love to have in my game to make it more realistic. Hunter's Born is one of them. I can't install it until further on because I need some foundation things in beforehand. It allows you, when you kill an animal, you can dress the animal, you can skin the animal, and you get better at doing it, so you can get higher quality skins. You can field dress it, then you can butcher the meat, you can sell the meat and parts, you can take the bones, you can do scrimshaw and turn those bones into jewellery or into items. It also adds over something like 200 recipes of different soups. Wolf meat and cabbage soup. These things add to the game because you add that to something called I needs, and the I needs makes it so that you need to eat, drink, and you get tired and you need to sleep. None of these things were in the game to start with. You have to put them in if you want them there. They made the game so it could be as easy or as realistic as you wanted it to. So when you're doing this kind of thing, it's completely up to you. But the beauty of it is, I'm going to do a playthrough with all the mods that I've put in. And when I leave the town, because I will have made it so that the weather affects you, using something called Frostfall, which makes it so it's quite a lot like the Long Dark. You can die of hypothermia. Crossing a stream in normal Skyrim, no problem. You just go through, you don't think about it. But if you've got temperature climate and in the actual game, crossing that river might mean you will die of hypothermia on the other side if you aren't able to put down a fire and dry yourself out and warm yourself up. You need to check the weather before you leave the city, because if it looks like there's going to be a storm, a rainstorm, you might change yourself into leather because it resists getting wet further. But if you might going into the mountains and it's going to be snowy and cold and you might get sleet in there, you put your furs on. And then you decide, okay, I'm going to be gone 2 or 3 days. I'm going to go up into the mountains, find a dungeon. I'm going to explore the dungeon. I'm going to take all the loot. So I might be gone for 2 or 3 days. So I have to remember to take enough food, enough drink. Turns it more into a survival game, more into a realistic. Leaving the town in the morning, you look up at the sky and you see whether or not you think it's going to be a bad day for weather. You are going out and adventuring. None of that stuff was actually in the game to start, but you can put it in the game now. And that is why I do it, because I want to gain more like the Long Dark. I want to have to think before I go out on an adventure that there will be consequences and my ass can get kicked by the weather as well as the dragons. Let's install this. It's downloaded. And this is why I can still play this game almost 10 years later. So this is going to install now, and this will probably come up with a conflict because it may conflict with the noble one here, which means I've got to tell it that I want this to load in after Noble. So Noble comes first, then Mysterious Dawn's Skyrim Overhaul comes afterwards. So let's save that. And then we deploy it into the game. Bingo, it's in there. Modding a game means that the thing with Skyrim is it's been around for so long, but you can still turn it into something very different. So let's see. I'm using the lightweight lazy list as a sort of a guide. I'm not going to keep with it completely. I'm not going to put every single mod in because my game doesn't need this. Right, underground. I am going to put the underground mod in. It's a dungeon texture. It'll make the textures in the dungeon a lot better. So, got to put that in, and the instructions say we need to add a fix as well. So, we'll start this going down. It's not a big file. Even though it changes a lot of things, it's not, doesn't actually show up. Actually, might be not too big, never, not too big. The fix is smaller. Oh, it's 1.1 gig. The fix is only 176k. I've got to put in afterwards. So this is what I do when I mod. But I don't usually manage to do it in one go, because modding a game like Skyrim, I want, even though I've done this for hundreds and hundreds, I've got something like 2,000 plus hours spread over all the Skyrim versions of Skyrim that I've got. But the modding, I want to be in game and playing. I don't want to be modding. I don't want to be messing about with the files. I want to be back in game. But if I don't do this properly, I'm going to really, my game will be messed up, and I'll have to delete the save game. I'll have to delete the game and re-load it from Steam and then start again. There is ways you can do where you can save a copy and all that, but that takes planning, and I don't do planning, do I? I don't do planning at all. Just want to check something. Testing wanted to do, yeah, I wanted to make sure that the actual audio was working because I had no idea if it would be. I've been talking all this time and it might have not been on, but it is working. Yay! Right, so underground is fun. There's only a few of these really big size mods that we're adding, because they're the graphical ones, the ones who are changing things in the actual game to make it look shinier and nicer and fun. The only what I class as the cheat mod that I do install is one that makes it so that you can carry more stuff. Because I like to pick up everything in the dungeon. If I didn't do that, I'd end up having to leave and come back every single place I went. So that is the only what I class as a cheat mod, which is justifiable because I've played and completed this game so many times. So yes, we'll install the underground for SkyrimVR. This will probably come up with a conflict as well, because you're overwriting things. Okay, we want, oh, it's got a faux mod, which means it's got a built-in menu for setting. Install everything, default color. No? Install everything, default color. Yeah, let's go with that. That feels easier to me, and we shall enable that. And let's fix the conflict, or tell it which load order to do it in. So, Noble comes first. And this comes after, comes before that. There we are. It can get quite complicated, all that can. Sometimes you have to actually think what you're doing, which I don't normally do. Bertie's snoring. Belle's gone to sleep on a chair because she's... See, this is the thing. Some people still think that Beryl gets on my lap because she wants to be with me. No. When I'm gaming and Beryl gets on my lap, it's because she wants to see what's on the screen. She wants to see me playing the game. She wants to interact with the screen on there and see. She's a very light-sensitive animal, and she loves when she sees landscapes and everything. She thinks this is my monitor is a magical window out onto a world. But when I'm doing stuff like this, and all there is on my screen is the quite boring set list of things, she's got no interest at all. She's asleep over there. No squeaking, no problem. She's just over there asleep because she thinks there's nothing to look at on the monitor. So she doesn't want to be on my lap and giving me a love. She's a very, very finicky dog. Now Bert, he just wants love all the time. He is just a love sponge. Okay, so that's installed. So we need to pick up the Whiterun Tower fix, which is a fix, a mismatch between such and such and something else. Okay. Mod Manager, download. Yep, we will download this and install it. Woohoo! That was a quick one. I think that was very quick. There, that's installed. And it'll probably cause a conflict. No, will it? No, yes, no. No. So we'll go on to the next part. This is what modding is like. Every so often I will load into the game and test it. I'll do one section at a time. Beautiful cities. Beautiful cities. You probably never see me play a game without beautiful cities installed. It adds flowers and tidies up things and makes it very nice. Nice is a good term. It makes it nice. The amount of times I will come back to these cities and that, I damn right I want a place to look nice. So there's 2 files here. So let's install it. See, the very small files like this belay what they do, because you would think that because this file was instantly installed, it's only 80 odd K in size. How can it do anything? It just means that what it's doing is using stuff that's actually in the game. It hasn't got to you haven't got to download any actual new textures or anything to go with it. So install Beautiful Cities, English version. Probably a good idea we go for the English version and enable it. There, that's it. Enhancing vanilla trees. Yes, I think we will go for them. We want to choose post-processing. Now, this is my choice. The mountains in these games are the part that it's hardest to make look good. So I've got to make a choice right now. I've got to choose whether or not I go with what's called pre-generated LODs or something called Dolod. I never used Dying Dolod. I would have to install it for the first time. So, do I go with the easy route or do I go with the more complicated one to make the game look better? Let's make it look better. I'm going to be looking at the mountains all the bloody time. It's Skyrim. There's mountains everywhere. And you can climb most of them. So yeah, let's do the enhanced vanilla trees to make them better. And so the version we want is okay, so we want extra clutter. Yeah, we'll go for the basic enhanced vanilla trees. Boom. I just thought because I was doing this instead of doing a normal stream and actually be on here in case anybody wants to chat with me. I am just now I was going to start doing things now, like actually test it out, but once I put this in the way I'm going to put it in, it needs all the other bits and pieces before. So we're going to have added to this is some enhanced tree clutter and firewood textures, new textures for them. We'll go billboards. Yeah, all options and abilities there. Okay, so that should all work. I've made more work for myself by doing this, but I want Skyrim for me is a game that I can become immersed in. I'll be playing it on VR. I want it to be a place I want to wonder, where I explore and go, ooh, that's cute, that's wonderful. Ooh, that's going to kill me. Okay, so Noble definitely comes before, and Enhanced comes after. And so on. Save. Deploy. Okay, everything. I'm going to just check the plugins to make sure it's picking them all up. One of them isn't, but that's okay. That's not supposed to be picked up. A lot of these things don't have what's called plugins. They just are textures or something else. So, because I've chose that, I am now going to install the character overhaul called Wicco. I don't usually have Wicco in, but I don't want to go through really long installs to make the characters look nice. I want it to just be a pre-baked system. This is called the Windsong Immersive Character Overhaul. Just makes them all look a little less ugly. Oh. There's many different versions. I've got to choose the one we got thing because I'm going to be streaming this. I'm going to be streaming this game. Yeah, I've got to fix a bug as well. Special edition. I'm just reading what the instructions on the guide reminds me on about this. Okay, so first things first. I've got to get the version that means that when you loot the bodies, they don't become naked, because that would not be good for a normal stream on things. So I'm going to have the non-nude version. So I'm going to have it using the vanilla bodies. Oh, the UNP bodies. Yeah. Different types of bodies. There's so many bodies for this game. If you played something like Second Life, you'd know different kinds of body, different meshes and all that kind of thing. This is the kind of thing that you're doing here. So feel free to ask me any questions you want while I'm doing this. I know this is a basic stream and not many people will watch it. I'll still upload it later. Doo-wee-doo-wee-doo. It's handling it, no problem. We have dropped a few frames. That will be while things are being done like this. But still, it's not going to cause many issues. We've only dropped 543 frames, 0.4%. Not like we're playing a game. So let's install this special edition version. Now I would hope that it wouldn't come up with naked pictures if it's got a foam mod built into it. No, automatically going to do it all. That's good. Enable. We are doing it all. If you heard something outside, that was just people being silly in my area, which they do often, unfortunately. So, what have I got to do? Okay, so I've got to grab a file, download the file, and then I've got to install it on Wiko. Yeah. Show in folder, let's grab that. No, where are you, Wiko? Open in File Manager. Replace the one in the destination. There we are. Done. We've just changed that mod slightly just so it can thingy. This is a nice thing about having a guideline for all of this. Do I want to install Cathedral Armory? Cathedral Armory is a set of nice armor and weaponry. Yeah. Main file. Okay, so so there's two mods here. Bloody hell. Oh, okay. Install the first one. These are going to take a little while. Once I've got this sorted, then I'll work on Fallout 4 VR. Trying to get that working fully. I wanted to show what it's like to do this because some people don't know anything about how people. Most of this is I'm using what other people have done, what other people have created, and I am very appreciative to whatever they do because it's a work of passion. I mean, they don't get anything for doing this except to mod a game that they love. I had an urge today. I wanted to watch the original Knight Rider series. Don't own it though. At the moment I'm remembering all the series I used to love to watch when I was a kid. Knight Rider, $6 Million Man. And those are two that I don't own. I know they're available on DVD. In fact, let's go on Amazon and just check how much they are. I'm not going to buy them now, but I just want to see. This is the problem. But that download's continuing to Amazon. So let's see how much Knight Rider will be. Knight Rider box set. Actually that's not bad. It's actually available remastered on Blu-ray. Bloody chicken soup. 4 series is £89 though. That's a bit too much for me. So what to get? You get the full. Is that? I've got most of the retro series. I've got Automan, I've got Airwolf, I've got loads of Doctor and everything. So let's see how much the other one is. $6 Million Man. Oh, once again, it's 90 odd quid. 90 quid. £90. That's way. How many series is that? That's too much. How many series? 40. It's not. It's got 5 series, 5 seasons, all the interviews, the 3 pilot movies. Man, they did 3 pilot movies for the $6 Million Man. All 3 reunion movies, all crossover episodes of Bionic Woman, 17 exclusive featurettes. My God. Wow. No. I was just curious to how much it was. Oh, this is ready now. Let's install that. SkyrimVR. Okay, main characters. Now, Don't think I need those. Don't think I need those patches. Right. Oops. Enable and start the next one downloading because there's 2 parts to it. Okay. Come here. Come on, Belle, you can go on. I'm not doing anything though, so I don't know why you want to be on here. Yeah, she just wants to check that I'm not playing any games, that everything's boring on the screen, and then she'll want to go off. Yeah, there's nothing moving on the screen. There's nothing interesting. You can see the disappointment. You can see the disappointment on it. It's like, I'm going to lick your desk, but there's nothing for her to watch. It's like, why aren't you playing a game? Why are you looking at this boring thing? See? There's nothing on there, baby. No, not interested yet. Want to go off. Go on. She's disappointed in me now. Let's load after. Here we are. And deploy. I guess we're just having a chat. I can't see the normal chat and everything, so if anybody wants to talk to me or ask any questions, I am here for this. Hello, beautiful. The next part is downloading. How far are we on the list, on the to-do list? We have a to-do list. We're on page... We're on page I don't know. We're on page I don't know. Now what we're going to do in a second, after this second part of it is installed, I'm going to boot up the game and see what it looks like. See how it's working. Make sure I've not added anything that makes it go, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I'm going to explode and die. Making sure I don't do anything doofusy. Just trying to see. Come on. We will go into game in a minute and see whether anything works. Hopefully it'll all work. Hopefully it'll just load up with no problems because it's awesome. And we are awesome. We know what we're doing. Even if I am distracted most of the time by certain doggykins. Right, let's install this. SkyrimVR. Okay. Enable. course there's going to be show. So before and then yeah, save and deploy. Bertie, stop that. No. No. I'm just trying to move my hand. It says, no, no, no. This is what happens with Bertie. You can be stroking Bertie all day and it would be never ever be enough. Okay, so we have to move over to what's called the dashboard part. And so now I will make this poor piece disappear, and I will, because I've got to reset some of the bit items. We'll still be able to continue the stream because now we kick in VR. Grab the controllers and activate them. There, the controllers are turned on. We has controllers. Make sure they're showing up on the actual sensors. Hello, hello. There we are. We are showing up on the sensors. It is all is good. Now I need to change the audio. So you won't be able to hear. I'll do that last. I'll do it last, like an intelligent person of doom. Yeah. I'll start up natural locomotion because I want to walk around a little bit and I'll be able to see very quickly if there's going to be issues. So, start the selected profile for natural locomotion. That is done. As you can see, you can already see the VR. So I just need to change properties. Change it to and let me grab the headset. I need to turn off the camcorder, turn on the VR cam. There we are. See, this is why I have all the different bits and pieces set up. Change from that mic, which you'll see different quality, to that one. Hello, hello, hello. Right, you can still hear me, but we hear me for the VR headset. Oh. Right, so all is kind of ready for go. Okay, we take our controllers and we get up and Bertie moves out of the way. Go over here, like so. Well, that's a positive. The game is actually starting up and hasn't crashed back to desktop. Because that's the first test. It makes it to the menu. You can have a CTD crash to desktop straight away. So we've got new menu things. So we've got a game I tested once before without any stuff in except for Lorcan. So let's just take it here and have a look around. Okay, go to calibration to see where my height of my head is. There. Alright, so we can move around. This is the realm where you start the game. All looking okay. Everything looks and is moving in an okay way. There's no if anything's corrupted or anything, it'll show us like an exclamation mark or a purple sign, or someone's head will look purple. So it's all looking okay. And the movement controls are not being conflicted. I move around okay. I've got to fix the signs and make them look better and things like that. Want to open a chest and take the items just to show that the inventory isn't going to crash. Right. Ooh, circlet of minor magic. We'll take all of that. There. I took that all into my inventory. We're all good. The reason I'm looking around like this is to see if there's any juddering or anything that would show that I was taking a performance hit or something from anything. Everything looks buttery smooth, really. My hands are right. The control system is working, so I can move my hands. As I move them on my controller, I can. So I would say that that's working. Let's just test my inventory. Bills, items. Back out. I can get back into the inventory. Yep, working. Of course, just because it's working in this little realm doesn't mean it can stop. But I can run. I can move down like there. I can move fast. I can jump. All successful. Right, so I keep looking for the. I haven't set it up so I can see the chat, but I can see the chat over there and no one's speaking, so it's right. Save there. Now we quit out the desktop. Successful test up to now. Oh. So you won't be able to hear me for a few seconds until. Okay, and we're back. Let me just see. I've got all the different cameras set up, and so I can turn off that, turn on the camcorder for that. Hello, and we're back. That's something weird happened then. It wasn't as weird as it could have been. Right. So let's window capture there, and we're back to the game. Mods. Back to the list. Right. Midian-born, Book of Silence. I think these are going to be big files. But when you're modding, this is what you're doing. once it's all done and I start playing the game, I don't have to do any of this anymore. Okay, so what do you want to do? Come on, Errol. Come on. Errol. Come on over there. Come there. If you want to go on. I'm not playing any games though. You think I've started playing a game or something, don't you? You can have a look and you will see that there's nothing really good, nothing exciting happening on my screen. And you'll be like, this is why isn't he doing something interesting? It's a good girl. She's gonna lick my desk some more. My desk doesn't need licking, Beryl. It doesn't. Obviously, she thinks it does. I don't eat in here. I don't eat at my computer or anything. The only things I have is my drink, and that's in the corner. There where she's. You're cleaning my desk for me, are you? You're cleaning my desk. Oh. See, told you there wasn't anything for you to do. It's like there's nothing there. Come on. And so now she's going to try and wake Bertie up because she wants to play and she can't. She likes to watch me stream, but if she can't, she's like, try to wake Bertie up and see if he'll play. It's all very funny. I'm glad I've set up the camera the way I have. Oh, so Kayla, I've just thought of a way that we can deal with Beryl getting too excited about stuff. I can set up a screensaver so when she tries to get on my table, it comes up with a boring static image. Because she'll just wander off if she sees that. It may seem cruel, but it can be quite annoying sometimes, and sometimes she whines into the mic. It's a very high-pitched sound. Okay, so we want to do this after. We want to do it after that as well. Yeah, we are. So we are slowly going to put all this stuff in. That was the creatures. Now we're going to do the Dragonborn DLC pack. It just makes the game look a lot nicer. A little drinky. Install. Install the custom, I mean not the custom, the default. Yes, there's a conflict. Always a conflict. The Dragon Ball comes after. There we are. And deploy that one and grab the next part of it. Makes some of the weapons look really good. Unique items. It's always good to have a good internet connection to do something like this. Hope everybody's having a good night and enjoying themselves. Because the world is quite sucky at the moment. 2020 has not been a wonderful year. It really hasn't. Installed everything. Yeah. Deploy. You're beautiful. If you want to come up on, you can. There's nothing going on. You think there is because I'm talking to the screen. Come on. Oh, come on. There you go. Cute little doggy. There we go. You can have a look. There's nothing happening. There is literally nothing happening on the screen. You see, there's not much there. There's not much going on there at all. You can go sleep if you want. You're not missing anything. You are beautiful. Oh, no. Can't touch on the keyboard, because if you touch on the keyboard, you could cancel an installation or something. Resolve conflicts. Yes, let's do the conflicts. After save. There we are. Now deploy. No use me loading in. These are just basically texture stuff. These aren't what will cause the game to crash. These are just textures. The worst that can happen with these is some texture won't work right. Now she's sitting over here so she can see, just in case I sneakily start playing a game and don't tell her. Rustic clothing. Yeah, because rustic clothing looks really nice. Let's download the 2K version. Rustic Clothing Special Edition. So I'll probably spend another half an hour to an hour maximum doing this. And then I'll run through the basics. The basics is the Helgen quest and going to the Barrow as well. The first dungeon in the game. If I can get in there, do that and come back out and the game hasn't crashed or shown any signs of instability, as in people don't look weird. You can come on, but there's nothing here. There's not. What do you want? Do you want to get on? Oh, I know. You think it's game night. Of course it's game night. Of course I'm streaming, but it's not what you like. I would give her my phone on there, but there's a chance she'll chew it. I don't want her to chew my phone. What she's looking at now is my phone. She can see it on the desk. Thankfully, she can't reach in and turn it on. What I've done up to the game, in the game up to now, is we're just making everything look pretty. We've done the quality of life system, the new menu systems that makes it work. We've made it so it'll work with my index controllers. We've increased the graphics so it looks better, and we've tweaked it so that you can see things over further distance because we've got enough horsepower to do that. Now I won't be able to keep this on all the time because some of these mods do show naked pictures as they're installing because they're body mods. Okay, let's put it after the median. After that. After that, no, we want the cathedral update. So cathedral almost before. So that to make sure I'm doing the right thing here. Yeah, after that. Yeah. It'll tell me if one of the conditions becomes circular. What that means is if I've got mod A and mod B, and I tell mod A that it's coming after mod B, but I also tell mod B that it's coming before A, it'll just go into a loop and you have to cut the loop and figure out what you did. That's installed. It's deployed. Always a noise thing. Okay, so, and then rustic children, because the children in this game are ugly, really ugly. So we're adding less ugly children. There we are. A quick install for that. Enable. Vortex is a very good mod manager, and there's lots of different mod managers out there. There's Mod Organizer 2 and so on. But I like Vortex. Right, now a weather system, because we're going to change the weather system and make it look better. The weather system really nice with rain and storms and that. Anybody who saw my game a couple of days ago that I was setting up and had it working, the storms where you can set it so they're realistic and that you can be hit by lightning and it can almost kill you. In fact, you can raise the damage that it does, so one hit will kill you. It makes going out in storms much more interesting. So, Onyx VR weathers. Just want to check something. Have I missed something? No, I haven't. Wanted to make sure. So we Onyx VR weathers, yes, Onyx VR weathers. Don't get distracted. I want to skip forward a few pages, but that would make my game unstable. That's why I don't just pick all the mods that I like and put them in straight away. Okay. Okay. Onyx VR weather. I'm just looking at it and not pressing the button. Install. Now what do we need? Because we're on a I am going to use an ENB. ENB enhances the lighting and that makes games look so much better. So I do need to do the ENB, so blah, 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 set it to ENB. Finish. Enable. Realistic water too, yeah, because make the water look really nice. There we are, that's almost done. It can be mentally wearing you out to do this kind of thing because you've got to be focused on it. And me being focused on something is very hard anyway. So, do I want to do... Okay. I'm going to have to put an ENB in now, or a lot of my game will look really, really bad. Well, that comes before, and that comes before. And deploy. Now we need a fix. The VR water. Yeah. Started going in. If I had thought, I could have set up so that you could see the actual page as well. Well, that would be kind of hectic. Right, let's install you. Right. Okay. Yep. Oh, Okay, let's just make sure, see if there's any kind of instructions for us. Okay. Yeah, I don't know whether or not I'm using things. Oh. Gonna be okay, yep. Let's get this all done. Crazy, crazy. We are almost at the point. I'm gonna do probably another 20 minutes of this. And then I will probably play some Long Dark. Now I'm adding Ethereal Cosmos, which makes things look gorgeous. The night skies are gorgeous with the moons and everything. It's beautiful. It looks actually absolutely stunning if you go up to the top of one of the mountains and look at the entire world. And once I've done most of this, I will have a little break, let the dogs out and that, get me myself a new drink, and then start up a stream for Thingy. Because my brain wants to go and do something else now. My brain is finding it hard, as you can tell, to focus still on this, but I want to get to a certain point. Now we're going to do we've just done the clouds. Now we're going to do relighting Skyrim, which changed the lighting for the entire game, makes it so much better. So I'm going to be doing two things this time that I've never done. The Dino LOD to do the LODs for all the mountains, and having an ANB. Right. ELE, enhanced lighting for ENB. Another one is added to my game. Yes, it's all going to go boom. It's very hard for me to focus on doing this kind of thing for so long. But because I'm doing it with you people, it's making it easier for me to keep going and focus and not rush through, miss 5 mods and corrupt my entire install. Because that happens, unfortunately, with Jason. Oops, burpee. My apology. Lantern of Skyrim 2, yes. You need this. Yep. Lanterns of Skyrim. That's installing. Having a bit of fun there. This is interesting for me to do this kind of thing. Beryl's gone back to sleep, Bertie's gone to sleep. We've been doing this for 1 hour and 26 minutes. We're now installing the Lanterns of Skyrim. Now, Lanterns of Skyrim. You see, Skyrim isn't a very dark game. They made it so it was easy for people to play. So night times are very, very light, and even in the countryside. So you install a mod like the weather system modeler, which darkens the nights and make it more realistic. So you then actually need to use torches, or you need to use a magical spell to see. And the main roads have these lanterns on. And you can even turn something on so that actually workers go out and maintain them, which is kind of more immersive. When you're doing VR, immersion matters. You can have the best game out there, but if the control scheme hasn't been done properly, then you're not going to go in the game. 99%, come on. Install. VR, what's it going to ask? Add the lantern worker. Are we going to use? Visuals, yeah, we're going to use that, so we'll have to. Yeah, I'm just realised that we're going to add something later on. Yep. Ellie's breeze home. Yep. Lots of patches for this. Huge amount of patches for all the houses and things people have made that they wanted to make. Now that missing master one won't be fixed yet. Okay. Because the master for it isn't going to be installed yet. That's going to be annoying, bro. So, Skyrim's 3D signs. Make the signs look better and more in fitting with wooden signs. This one, I'm sorry, baby, nothing's happening on the screen. Oh, you can come over if you want, damn it. You crazy numpty. Go and check out, see what you can see. Install into Skyrim the 3D signs, oh yes, and enable them. And she's licking my desk again. Oh, she must think it's her job to clean my desk, isn't it? Baby, you like to clean my desk for me. You're being a productive member of society. Make sure everything's working. Yeah, everything's recording okay. Oh, come on, over here. Go on. There's nothing going on there, and you know it. Inferno signs. Fire effects, I mean. These make fire so much better in the game. There we are. The changes that you can make to this game. Calm down, Daryl. You're just annoyed because Bertie won't get up and play with you. Core fires, ultra, brighter, yellow, original. Let's have more fire. We're gonna install Ember. So we need. She woke up, didn't she? You were having a nice sleep. Okay. Enable. Now we need to have the embers one. These two together make brilliant fires in the game. Modding the game is almost like a game in itself. But yeah, I'm going to do this for the maximum. Another up until we're at recording. We've got 1 hour 33 minutes up to now. I will need a break. I will need a serious break. Yeah, let's have all those things. Okay. Need that info later, yeah. Enable. I'm gonna have a few things. Unresolved file conflict. Where? So, load embers after. Save. Okay. And Bellyache's HD Dragon replacers, because the dragons, they made some really nice versions of the dragons in there. Let's get all these in. More dragons, more different dragons, more beautiful dragons, dragons that are going to hunt me and try to kill me. And I will hide and run and hide. It's a brilliant workout when you're being chased by a dragon. That all okay? Right. Okay, let's load up some adaptive things that are going to be called rallies, all the things. Actually, I want to go into downloads and cancel that. Cancel it because, yeah, I want to do a different version. We'll go for the rallies cut version. Modders are amazing for what they do to games to extend their lifespan. They really are amazing. True 3D sound. I'm going to have to install that thingy. Hello, baby. You are beautiful. You are. You are very beautiful, aren't you? Okay. You want to get on. There's nothing to see. There's nothing going on now. There's nothing going on. You've got to check everything, haven't you? Just in case I'm doing something. Before, all this stuff comes before. After that, after. You're beautiful, go on. And deploy. Let me go down here and check something on the list of things. Right. We are almost at the point where we can stop. Can't test it because we haven't got stuff. So true 3D sound. Manual download. Don't know whether I need that as well, so Microsoft got downloading from Microsoft. Let's see if It may already be installed. Okay, it's already installed, so I've got that. Show in folder. Something I've got to manually install. Well, I just installing. There we are. There. Let's grab that. No, Beryl, no. You know as well as Beryl. Stop that. You can come round if you want. Come on. Come on. Yes, come on. Quickly. Come on here. On here, crazy butt. That's what you want, isn't it? You want to be on here. And the pretties. Yes, you're beautiful. You're both beautiful. And I'm trying to focus. And I'm not doing very well at focusing at all at the moment. We're doomed. Something's going to go wrong. Okay. Lucidity. For sound effects. Files. Okay, grab lucidity. Going to let it install. So yeah, we've got another 18 odd minutes of me doing this, and then we'll take a proper break. I'm hoping to get to the point where I can put in the missing masters. That's the part I need to get to. Some of these files are quite big. So you want to go on again. You squeaked because you wanted on, but you don't really want me on. Seriously. So these are improving the sound of the entire game. Right, and the next one, Immersive Sound Compendium. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, we'll keep it, there we are. Right. Okay, show. Lucidity comes before. Deploy. We're almost at the point where we're... Right. Archery, we'll have that. We're not going to have all of these ones that are coming up. Actually, no, we don't need that. I'm going to avoid all the mods from there. Static mesh improvement mobs. Let's install that. 1.2 million people have downloaded this mod. This should get rid of the missing masters thing. Okay, so what I'm going to do, once this mod is installed, I'm going to leave all this here. I'm going to shut down the stream. I'm going to play some Long Dark on stream, and then later on I will finish off this, but I'm not going to restart this stream. This is, you've seen enough of this. You've seen enough of me just chatting and looking at this. This is just a one-off that I'm just putting up so that you can see what it's like to mod these things. You may think that it's a waste of time and that, but 1 or 2 nights worth of work maximum, and you can turn a game from 2011 into something that is equal to anything, to the graphics of anything of 2020 for free. Just a little bit of effort. And yes, it can be confusing to start with. But most of these guides and that have such a huge amount of learned knowledge that they put down and teach you. And if you can't do that, choose something like Wabberjack, which Wabberjack actually has its automatic ones. So in my estimation, I've probably got another couple of hours worth of work on this. I'll wait for this last one to do. I can't go in and test the game because I've got to sort out, because I've put in some of the mods that I'm going to be using the ENB. Things would look very weird without an ENB. Enhanced, I don't know what it stands for. But ENBs are available for lots of games out there. The worst thing about me when I'm doing one of these, I'll forget what mods have already been put in. That's why I need a list as a guide, even if I do my only version. Okay. Which size version do we want of this? Okay. Enable. Okay, so yes, this is going to conflict with a lot of things. So, before 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 there you go, before before let's see whether that fixes the orange things. What are we missing? Hmm. Okay. That missing masters. LOS, where are you, LOS? Now I've got to find it. Lanterns of Skyrim. Reinstall Lanterns of Skyrim. Just update all profiles, yeah. Alright, so. Okay, so I don't need that, so yeah. Let's see if that fixes it. There will be conflicts or something somewhere, probably. No, there. It's all good. We're all good. Okay, I would say we're 60 to 70% through. So this is Jason for the Quepper channel. I am going to stop this now, so bye-bye, and I'll be back doing a stream of Long Dark in a bit. So bye.